Welcome, everybody. The NFL offseason is here, which means it's time to look forward to the NFL draft. I'm Joe at the Game House. Today we'll be doing 2024 NFL mock draft for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are up in our NFL mock draft series, coming off another Super Bowl win here. Gonna have a lot of needs to pick, though. Have a roster that's overturning a couple times, it seems like, every few years. As a reminder, we'll be using the NFL Mock Draft Database Simulator. I like it because it meshes all the big boards together for their own big board, but there will be guys who fall down and maybe aren't the most realistic, so we'll take note of that as we go along. We'll also be rejecting all trades that come along just to keep it more realistic for what they currently have. Let's get it started for the Chiefs. As mentioned, Super Bowl winners again. Patrick Mahomes, unbelievable. They have some issues on their roster. I think L'Jarius Sneed, franchise tag, but going to be traded. Wide receiver is a place where they'll probably go for in the draft as well. They had a lot of wide receiver issues last year. So, with that said, I think I'm going to go Adonai Mitchell out of Texas, a guy who's rising up draft boards. Probably going to be a first-round pick, probably earlier than the Chiefs, but if he falls, you take him, a guy who's bigger, but can also run really fast as well. Can be a little bit different of a player than they got in Rashee Rice last year's draft. I think that'll be very good for them. Let's go Max Melton with the second pick here. As mentioned, Trent McDuffie's back, but L'Jarius Sneed is gone, and that's going to be likely going to be gone, I should say. That's going to be something they need to replace. Max Melton's older brother, Bo, in the NFL with the Packers as a wide receiver. I think he could be a pretty good player for them down the line. With the next pick, let's go Mason Smith out of LSU. A guy who had a lot of hype but ended up getting hurt in the 2022 season. Didn't really find his form again in 2023. But still a guy who I think can provide a good role player, guy who can learn from Chris Jones and really help that interior defensive line. All right, let's see what is left here for the Chiefs to take at this pick. I'm going to do something that probably they don't have to do, but Jalen Wright is incredible. I'm probably going to go way higher than this after the draft combine. To get another running back here, Isaiah Pacheco is great, but get a guy like Jalen Wright, can help out in the passing game as well. I think that might really help you down the line. Let's go Sione Vaki out of Utah. Also played running back at Utah. Very, very odd situation there. But at this point, you're trying to get a special teams player. I think he can help out at special teams at the very least. And I think that's something that might be looking for in the later parts of the draft. The last pick of the draft for the Chiefs. We already took a corner. We already took a safety. So not wanting me to take another one is kind of odd. But not saying you don't always do that, but sometimes it happens. Let's go Trevin Wallace out of Kentucky. He made some big plays for Kentucky over the last couple of years. I think he's a guy who can play special teams at the very least and maybe turn into something down the road. All right, so let's go back through the draft while it's finishing up all these picks until they have to go. We have Adonai Mitchell, A.D. Mitchell, also known as, Chiefs wide receiver. I think could be a big need for them. Obviously, after last year, he can fit in well with Rashee Rice, help this offense keep going. So I do like the pick there, especially at pick number 32. Max Melton at 64. Going to need some more corner help this year. If you have L'Jarius Sneed leaving, someone's got to take a spot. So Max Melton would be a very good pick there. Mason Smith, lots of potential there. I didn't really show it on tape this past season, but I think could learn from Chris Jones. Middle rounds here, if you get a guy like Jalen Wright falling to you at pick number 131, you take him. Could really help this offense out as well. You wouldn't have to take all Pacheco's carries, but could also help in the passing game. And Sione Vaki and Trevin Wallace is more depth players or special teams guys to start their careers. So that is the draft. Let me know what you think in the comments below. For now, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.